Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and this time we will talk about one quite common myth among the societies, many of them, and a myth that many people even involved in politics or specialized in politics who think that they understand how the world is turning around believe. I mean, this myth is nothing more like myth of free media or independent media. Um, to function and to reach huge number of subscribers or huge number of readers and so on and so on, in briefly, to have an access to a large audience, huge number of people, one needs money. And in most cases, this money, especially for the beginning of the activity, needs to be given to these journalists, writers, and activists by someone. And this is the fact we cannot forget about. So for every activity like this, like spreading information, like uh, like educating people, or spreading opinion that it's which is against commonly accepted opinions or commonly or opinions that are commonly promoted by the government, one needs money, so one needs a sponsor. Sponsor is a sort of mecenate. And here is the most important point. If one needs a sponsor, then sponsor pays, of course, for your activity as so-called one of the type of the free media. But then sponsors have their own preferences. They do not pay you for free. Like, I remember such situation that one of the previous main secretaries of WHO, she was from Korea. She said that they have many sponsors and the sponsors have preferences. The preferences of the sponsors of WHO we felt few years ago between 2020 and the beginning of 2022, when many products regarded as medicaments were forced in many regions of the world to many people, and many people were forced or at least intimidated to take them because WHO has sponsors and sponsors have preferences, and politicians also like sponsors because once their terms in the parliaments are over, they would like to have full pockets. And this is the way how sponsors work. Sponsors have preferences, and the same things apply to free, so-called free media. It works in the same way today as it was working in the past. For instance, Radio Free Europe, of course, it was a tool which was used by Western powers, especially United States and UK, to spread information against Soviet propaganda among the populations in the countries of the Soviet bloc in Central and Eastern Europe. Yes, of course, they were unmasking many propaganda tricks of Soviet propaganda's ministry, yes, but they were also at the same time, and it's unavoidable, spreading their own version of propaganda. They were trying to give the people who were accessing their services a specific view of the Western world and specific thinking about it to influence their decisions and actions against the communistic regime. Yeah, which is understood. And it's normal, everyone does it who has such capabilities and possibilities. But at the same time, as I mentioned, we need to remember that free media work exactly like free market. It exists only in theory, because world is much more complicated to have something completely free or completely ideal, because to function and to reach large number of people, one needs to have resources, and these resources, especially in the beginning of the activity, someone needs to give to us. And we also need to remember that many political activists in many countries, we later appreciate or call them even as fathers of independence, like Józef Piłsudski in Poland, for instance, where when they were starting their political activism, they simply had to collaborate with intelligence service of the countries and they were coming from, or the countries they were acting with. Like Mr. Józef Piłsudski was the one on the payroll of the Austro-Hungarian secret service when he was young. And not only him, many later great leaders of the nations, as I said, even regarded as father of independence, during their early days of activity had to take money from someone. That's why once they reach power, they put a lot of effort to destroy or to hide documentation that indicates their sins of the young years. Their sins they needed to commit to get money for their further activity. Yeah, morally is not nice, but without money for activity, no one will proceed further. So, and the conclusion of this video is simple: there are no free media. In the best case, at least in the beginning, one needs mecenate, and Mr. Mecenate pays, so Mr. Mecenate demands. All the best, have a nice day, bye.